So we do start tonight with that shooting. Now, the shots from police came after an hours-long standoff with a man suspected of robbing a nearby casino. It happened by the Aquarius Casino Resort, which is just a few miles away from that wildfire that's been burning in Big Bend State Park.
8 News Now reporter Orko Manna is in Laughlin tonight with more on what happened in the police shooting. Orko?
Well, Brian and Denise, police are still out here at this hour, and they actually just opened up this area in front of the Aquarius Casino and Resort. Metro Police say the officer-involved shooting happened in the parking lot here after the attempted robber refused to leave his car. This all started around 1 o'clock this morning at the Golden Nugget Casino here in Laughlin, where police say a man approached the cashier's cage with a firearm and demanded money. The cashier refused, and the man left. But then about 30 minutes later, the same man allegedly did the same thing to a cashier at the Aquarius Casino. While leaving, police say the suspect got nervous and fired his gun toward a security guard in the parking lot, but missed. As Metro officers arrived, the man barricaded himself in his vehicle. The SWAT team negotiated with him for hours to get him to surrender, but what happened next led police to take action and shock locals.
Just after 7 this morning, the subject came out of the vehicle with the firearm in his hand and pointed it at our officers. Our officers fired upon the suspect, who was struck and pronounced deceased at the scene.
For it to be coming to a small community like this, 2 hours away from Vegas, it's quite disturbing.
The man you just heard from tells us one of his relatives was actually staying at the Aquarius Hotel and Casino when this all happened. It was placed on lockdown, and guests were not able to leave during the standoff.
We are still standing by for an update from Metro Police, but they have confirmed the suspect is dead. And right behind me, if you look very closely, you can see Metro Police and crime tape blocking off the parking lot here at the Aquarius Hotel and Casino. Residents from the small community here in Laughlin describe it as a very disturbing scene to see. And earlier this morning, around 7:30 a.m., we even heard what sounded like gunshots, about 6 or so. And then about an hour later, we saw emergency response teams rush to the scene here. And it's been playing out for almost 12 hours now since Metro Police first received reports about a man robbing a casino cage around 1:30 this morning. The suspect is accused of firing gunshots at Aquarius Casino security guards during his attempt, but he did not hit anyone. Police say he then barricaded himself in his vehicle for about 7 hours. SWAT teams tried to negotiate with him for several hours, but their efforts ended with gunfire from police.
Suspect ran into one of those security guards in the parking lot and opened fire. He missed.
There was gunshots outside the casino?
That's when Metro responded to the scene. By then, the suspect was in his car.
They contained that vehicle in the parking lot.
What were they saying to him? To come out with his hands up, but he's not cooperating with nothing.
After nearly 7 hours, police say the suspect got out of the car and pointed a gun at officers. Police shot first.
Just completely insane for a small community like this for everything to be happening.
Good morning. I'm Assistant Sheriff Tim Kelly. I'm going to brief you on additional details as we know them today about the officer-involved shooting that occurred on Monday, August 19, 2019. This is OIS number 13 for 2019, fatal number 4. Same time last year, OIS number 16, fatal number 8. Date and time of call was August 19, 2019 at 1:26 a.m. Assault battery with a gun. Location of the OIS. 1900 South Casino Drive, Aquarius Casino Resort, Laughlin, Nevada 89029, within Laughlin Area Command. You can see the scene to my left. Time of the OIS, shots fired at approximately 07:39 a.m. The involved officers. Officer Cory Mikkelson, he's 52 years old and has been with the Lvmpd for 24 years. He is assigned to the Special Weapons and Tactics Bureau, commonly referred to as SWAT. In this incident, Officer Mikkelson was armed with an Accuracy International AX 308 rifle equipped with optic. The investigation revealed he fired 1 round during the incident. Officer Mikkelson was wearing a body-worn camera. Second officer, Officer John Susich, he is 42 years old and has been with the Lvmpd for 17 years. He is assigned to SWAT as well. In this incident, Officer Susich was armed with a Glock 17, 9mm handgun equipped with a tactical light and optic. The investigation revealed he fired 5 rounds during the incident. Officer Susich was wearing a body-worn camera. The suspect, Michael Todd Lopez. He's 69 years old, white male adult, 5'10", 165 pounds. Lopez is pictured to my left. Lopez's weapon, high point model C9 pistol, 9mm with a magazine that held 8 rounds. Lopez's criminal history. Lopez is a convicted felon out of Nevada for transporting stolen property, attempt robbery with a deadly weapon, attempt burglary, 1983, Nevada. Lopez is also a convicted felon out of California for assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, transporting stolen property, bank robbery, robbery. Lopez's prior arrests include bank robbery, robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, receiving known stolen property, kidnapping with use of deadly weapon, attempt armed robbery with use of deadly weapon, out-of-state parolee, impersonating a police officer, interstate transportation of stolen property, DUI, hit and run, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage. Lopez's charges, had he survived, would be 2 counts of attempted robbery with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of burglary with firearm, attempt murder with deadly weapon, multiple counts of assault with a deadly weapon on a protected person, and prohibited person in possession of a firearm. I will now go into the details of the OIS. On August 19 at 12:49 a.m., suspect Michael Lopez entered the Golden Nugget Casino cage area. Lopez approached the casino and laid his black firearm on the counter and demanded money. The cashier refused to give him money and did nothing. Lopez grabbed his gun and walked away. Lopez left the Golden Nugget and drove to the Aquarius Casino. He parked at 1:04 a.m. and entered the casino at 1:11 a.m. Lopez walked around the casino and then approached the casino cage at 1:23 a.m. The cashier watched Lopez walk up and put his gun on the counter and ask for money. This cashier also tells him no and then looks at a security guard who is standing behind Lopez. Lopez grabs his gun, tucks it into a magazine he is carrying, and walks out of the casino. The security guard followed Lopez and directed other security guards on the property to their positions as they walked out to the parking lot. Lopez suddenly turned and fired 1 round at the security officer who was following him, missing him. As Lopez ran between cars, the security guard took cover and called for the police. Several Laughlin patrol units responded. Minutes later, they found Lopez sitting in his truck in the parking lot. They blocked him in and began to bullhorn him to come out and surrender. Lopez refused to exit his truck. Laughlin units continued to talk to Lopez and notified SWAT of the barricade at 2:16 a.m. SWAT and the crisis negotiation team responded to Laughlin and exchanged position with the patrol officers on scene. SWAT officers positioned their Bearcats at the front and rear of Lopez's truck. Crisis negotiators talked to Lopez over the next several hours, trying to get him to surrender peacefully. Officer Mikkelson, a SWAT sniper, took an elevated position in the parking garage. Officer Suchit and several other SWAT officers were stationed to the rear of the Bearcat that was positioned behind Lopez's truck. The officers prepared to deploy a low-lethal option. Lopez was talking back and forth with Officer Susich during this time. Suddenly, Lopez reached into the back seat of his truck, pulled his handgun out, and turned toward the SWAT officers. He took several steps with the gun, held upward in the air, and pointed with his finger at the area where Officer Susich and the other officers were standing. As Lopez approached the rear of the Bearcat, he lowered the gun and pointed towards Officer Susich. Officer Mikkelson saw this and fired 1 round from his rifle at Lopez, striking him. Simultaneously, as Officer Mikkelson fired, Officer Susich saw Lopez coming toward him, past the Bearcat door, pointing the gun at him. Officer Susich fired 5 rounds at Lopez, also striking him. Lopez collapsed next to the Bearcat's rear door. Medical was requested and responded. Lopez was pronounced deceased at the scene. First, you'll see footage from the SWAT armored vehicle, then body-worn camera footage, followed by surveillance footage obtained by our force investigation team.
mask up.
I know, man. I want to come talk to you face to face, dude. I don't want to do this.
You understand which direction you're coming from, right?
This side right here.
Right up on it.
Yep, I'll pull him in there.
Mike. Yeah, but dude, what you're going to do to your family right now is even worse. Think about the consequences of your actions right now. You're not going to see any of them, and they're going to hear about this nonsense that you're pulling right now, dude. If you come back and do it like a man and come surrender to us and handle your business, you may get off on this, dude. This is stupid the way you're going about this. Your family's going to have to deal with this for the rest of their lives if you do this stupid stuff. If you're still alive, you can...
Here he comes, here he comes!
Let me see it.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now give you no break. Police now give you no break. That old soldier man I give you no break. Not even your eyes now give you no breaks. Hey, bad boys, or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Mother with the love of a father. Reflection comes and reflection goes. I know sometimes you wanna let go. Hey, I know sometimes you wanna let go. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? You're too bad, you're too rude, you're too bad, you're too rude, yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna What you gonna do?